Hey guys, this is Benny from NFT Butler. Today we're going to talk about how to integrate trade filters, listing-based filters, or any other advanced bidding strategy into NFT Butler. First, I would like to show you our Discord. Every lifetime member holding an NFT Butler lifetime license on their wallet or Padawan trial access, which is basically a free weekly trial access to our NFT Butler community, has access to these holder channels. You can get a free weekly trial by attending our weekly AMAs on Tuesdays evening, Europe Central Time. Yes, and this is how you get access to NFT Butler. Now, this video is regarding how to do advanced bidding tasks in NFT Butler. So I would like to show you guys the scan command of our community bot. I'm gonna run this on Crypto Cannabis Club. You can run it on any collection on OpenSea, either by providing the collections lock or the smart contract address if there are multiple smart contract addresses in the collection. If there are multiple, it would always take the first smart contract address, but you can override this by using the smart contract address actually. So let me run this command. Our Discord bot will actually create a dedicated channel for you, which we are going to open here. It will take about 5 minutes to scan the entire collection, and we will have a look at the output in 5 minutes. I also wanted to mention, so this is the NFT Butler user interface. There is another how-to video, how you get started with NFT Butler and how you get everything set up and how you can access NFT Butler. But we're not going to touch this in this video. I'm going to put a link in the video description how to get started with NFT Butler. Now for now, this is how you create a task in NFT Butler. You give it a name, you provide the collections lock and the list of token IDs which should be processed for bidding. We are also going to enhance this UI to incorporate trade bidding and other bidding strategies directly in NFT Butler. It just takes time to build a proper user interface and all these features directly into NFT Butler. And we have other feature requests on our roadmap which have higher priority for now. So that's why we have this a little bit hacky solution with our Discord bot. It's also coded by us, which I'm going to show you in the next few minutes. So for now, we have these commands to provide you with the necessary data to actually fill those token ID ranges for all those use cases. And it will be incorporated into the NFT Butler user interface at a later point in time. Also very important to mention, so you can see here there are other commands available to get other types of data, but the scan collection command provides you with almost all necessary data to do advanced bidding strategies. Also, our bot is never going to use direct messages in Discord to you. It will always either just, answer you directly here in this channel or create a dedicated channel between you and the bot, just to make sure we don't use direct messages. So anyone sending you direct messages with a name like NFT Butler or a logo like NFT Butler, our Pingu, you can consider as a scammer or a spammer. Yes, so this is for security reasons. So let's have a look at our collection scan. Just told me it's now starting to process my collection scan because there was someone else also using the collection scanner at the time. We will have to wait a few minutes now. In the meantime, I'm also gonna show you how to find the collections lock on OpenSea. So let me bring this browser onto this screen. One second. Here we go. So let's search for Crypto Cannabis Club as an example here. So since you have to use the collections log on our Discord bot, the collections log is always what is displayed here in the URL on OpenSea. It's always opensea.io/collection/collections log. So you can copy paste this one here into the bot, which we already did. Let's go back to the community bot here. So this will be the command which is already typed. If you want to use it with a smart contract address, you can also click on your NFT which you would like to do bids on, and it will basically again show up in the URL. So every NFT URL is structured this way: opensea.io/assets/Ethereum, and then the smart contract address, and then / the token ID. OpenSea seems not to be loading the page. Let me refresh it. Here we go. So also, if you want to switch between certain token IDs of this collection, you can also just do this by changing the ID here. So we can switch to token ID 1221. You can do this, through the whole collection. But most of the time, a collection consists of 10,000 token IDs, which is basically the items displayed on the collection. And this one here is the smart contract address, so you can use the same command like this, providing the smart contract address of the collection you would like to scan instead of the collections log. Let's have a look how far we are with our scan. It's still scanning. Will take a few minutes. So in the meantime, let's have a look at our NFT Butler, and let's also have a look at our features. So since we are creating a trade-based task for Crypto Cannabis Club, let me bring up this one here again. Also for creating a task in NFT Butler, we need the collections log, which is copied here. Here it only works with the collections log, but if there are multiple smart contract addresses, you will get a prompt to choose which smart contract should be picked when starting the bidding task. You can also give it a name. Let's just put task 1 for now. Here we're gonna put the token ID ranges we want to process our bids on, which will be filled later once we have the data for the trades and other advanced bidding strategies. We do also have an outbidding feature, which basically lets you define in what range you would like to process bids. So we can put here, my minimum bid should be 0.06 ETH, and my maximum bidding range should be 0.09 ETH. And I want to do 1%, bidding steps in 1%. So if someone already bids 0.06 or more ETH on a token which we are going to process, it will basically outbid the current bidder by 1%. But it will never bid higher than your maximum bid. Even if the 1% would exceed this maximum bid price, the maximum which is going to be bidding on is this price. You can also choose how long should your bid stay active when creating the task. Let's put it to 12 hours, and you can choose your wallet you want to process your bids with. I'm going to choose my account number 6. You can have as many wallets as you want in NFT Butler to process your bids basically. Let's have a look. Okay, so our collection scan has been finished. And So our collection scanner Discord bot will basically provide you with two major outputs. One is the collection scan, which holds all the token IDs of this collection with a lot of data. We're going to download this. And also the second output is the trade data. So here we are focusing on trades. It will have a line for each trade value pair of this collection, also showing you a lot of information. Further, it will also give you an output about the collection itself. So it will show what is the current floor price, what are the royalties, including OpenSea royalties, what is the floor price minus these royalties. So if you would right now sell one of those NFTs at the floor price, you would actually get 0.12 ETH. It will also show you the current bid level, so what are other people commonly bidding on. Then the overbid level, so if you want to outbid these people, what your bid level should be like. And based on the overbid level and the floor price minus royalties, it can calculate the profit in ETH. Also telling you in percentage how much profit you can make on this collection. It will also show you some collection-based information, like when was it created, how many sales were processed in the last 24 hours and in the last 7 days, what is the total supply, what is the unique owner address number, and what is the overall volume traded for this collection. As a next step, it will also show you the last few accepted bids so that you get a general idea at what price points bids were accepted. So this one looks decent with some profit span compared to the current floor price. It was processed yesterday. So you can also see here the date when all these bids were accepted. This one looks more like a trade-based bid since it was higher than, or is higher at least than the current floor price. Same here. Same here, they all have Bitcoin or Ethereum heads, and this one certainly as well. Finally, it will also provide you some output, what the collection scanner thinks about this collection. Info messages are really informational, so they are good. Error messages is something you should watch out, which is deemed risky by our bot. So here we have one error message. The collection sales count is below the configured limits. 1 day sales is 7, 7 day sales is 24. We usually consider anything below at least 10 sales a day as risky, because you actually want to make sure to, you can sell your NFT once a bid is accepted, which needs some sales going on the collection. Okay, so let's have a look at the two CSV outputs generated by our bot here. So let's go to downloads and open these files here. So let's first have a look at the collection data. So the collection data, let me enable the filters here. First column is basically the collections log, it's always the same. Second column is the token IDs. So for each token ID on this collection, we get one line of output here in the CSV file, opened in Excel here. Then we have the owner address, so who's currently holding this token ID and how many tokens of this collection does this address hold in total. Then we have a Boolean object which tells you, is this NFT currently listed, yes or no? If yes, it will show you the price in Ethereum at this column here. When was the listing created and when will it expire? Then we have a Boolean object here which tells you, has it ever been sold, this NFT, and at what price? Again in Ethereum. On this one here, we know how long has it been since it was sold the last time. So this one here is being held for almost a year, like 9 months. Then what is the current collection floor price? Based on the floor price and the last sale amount, we can calculate if the holder is currently in profit or in a loss and how much percentage. If it was never sold, it's referred as minted here and never been traded since then. It will also find out what is the most valuable trade of this specific token ID here. And in brackets, it will also show you how many of these trades or token IDs with this trade are available in this collection. It will tell you here how many tokens of this trade have been sold in the last 30 days. What was the average price for this trade being sold? And what is the current trade floor price of this best trade? And then again, based on the best trade floor price compared to the last sale price, we can also calculate the owner loss or profit compared to the best trade price or floor price. And last column here is just a comma separated list of all the trades and values of this NFT. So now, if you would like to do some advanced bidding strategies here, here are some use cases. You can filter for listed items only. You can also do other filters. So if you want to, I don't know, maybe only target holders which are at least in a loss of 50% or more, you can filter this accordingly. And once you have made your filters on this collection, you can basically just copy this column B with all the token IDs matching your filters, copy it and go to NFT Butler. Okay, it doesn't want to let me copy this. Let's do it again. Here we go. So now you get all the token IDs comma separated. Let me delete the last comma here, and also in the very beginning the token ID phrase, which is basically coming from the headline here. And there you go, you can create a task matching your filters and only bid on those tokens which have matched this filter. So let me give it a more speaking name. So this will be Cryptocannabis Club listed items. Create a task. And here we go. We have a task for listed items. Bidding for 12 hours in this price range, outbidding with 1% on my account 6. We can start this one. We can also see here about 500 token IDs have matched this filter. We can also check the collection stats. It will show you the floor price, the royalties, and what is your current expected profit span if you sell it at this price and get your bids accepted with your minimum and maximum bid price. You get full transparency, so you can always see all your processed job. You can see what is the current highest offer. You can see what your offer price is. So currently we are bidding exactly the same price level as someone else has already been bidding on. Yes, so you get full transparency here. You can see the queue here. You can see the active task, and you will see. Here we also have an example where someone else did already bid higher. Then we will just go with the minimum bid price. But in the next release, we are also going to enable an option to give you the option to not bid at all if you're not the highest bidder with your minimum and maximum bid price. Now let's also have a look at the trades data of this collection. So the trade data is very similar to the collection scan, but this one focuses on the trades of the collection. So here again, first column is the collection slug, always the same for each line here. Then the second line is the collection type. So what characteristic are we looking on First thing is ICE, and then the trade value. So for each trade category value pair, we have basically one line. So first we have ICE, which have different values: Humidity, Dukes, Groovy Red, and so on. Maybe there's also Laser Eyes somewhere. I didn't spot it right now. Then you will see how much tokens are there matching this trade value pair. So ICE Dukes, there are 197 tokens. What is the current floor price for this trade? How many tokens with this trade have been traded in the last 30 days? And what was the average price for those two trades in the last 30 days? And then in the last line, you actually already get the comma-separated token ID list for this trade value pair. So this is basically what you copy-paste into NFT Butler to create the task bidding on this trade value pair. So let's look for skin. DMT, I know, is very valuable. So here we see we have 100 token IDs having this trade value pair. Average price, no, this is floor price, sorry. So floor price is currently at 0.65 ETH. 2 tokens with this trade have been traded in the last 30 days, and the average price was 0.44 ETH. So this is something I would consider to get, maybe with the floor price has been dropping for Crypto Cannabis Club, so maybe 0.3 ETH only. And if I want to create a task, I actually copy paste this token ID list here. Let's go to my NFT Butler, create another task, Crypto Cannabis Club, skin DMT, Crypto Cannabis Club. You can also, to make it easier, you can also copy an existing task like this one, then you don't have to fill the collections log and everything again, just change the name. So we do skin DMT. Then here we replace the token IDs from what we have just copied from our Excel. And since this is a very valuable trade, let's increase our bidding price to something like this. Same thing again, minimax bid price, outbidding in percentage, how long should those bids be valid, and what wallet should be taken to process those bids. Let's use my wallet 6 again, create a task. You also get a warning, so since I'm now bidding above the floor price, you will get a warning from NFT Butler, take care what you're doing. But since this is a very valuable trade, I'm gonna risk it and bid a little bit higher than the floor price. Also, what I wanted to show you quickly is you can also bid relative to the floor price. So you could say I want to bid 40% below the floor price up to a maximum of 30% below the floor price. But for this example here, we are going to go with fixed Ethereum prices. So let's start this task. We can see again 100 token IDs. This is also what we have seen in the Excel. There are 100 tokens with skin equal DMT. So this is also what we're going to process here now. We can see again bids being processed. You're always at least bidding the minimum bid price. So since others are bidding lower, we are outbidding them by a quite good amount. And now we can see our bids being processed. I hope you liked this video. Give it a like and share it with anyone interested. And thank you so much for listening.